Yeah, I'm jealous. They get to travel with Nathan. That's really cool.
Any chance of Rosie being a companion in the next season?
So I will tell you that Rosie is going to be an NPC, as in a party member. Rosie will be a party member. Yes.
Rosie!
You better tell me every single thing they get up to.
Better charge them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't worry. If she gets romance, I got your back. We'll make them just disappear.
Cedric, you're my bro.
I've got the Antivan crows in my pocket still.
Oh
You
my
do have
God.
the Antivan crows.
Hey guys, welcome to vlog 3 of Dragon Age Ascension. Hey.
We just learned what's so special about these 5 people.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder where this ability came from.
Oh.
How did you get these abilities, I wonder?
We're written by dragonflies.
So, all right. So we do have we do have the one confirmed theory we had. So,
Which was?
Yeah, we theorized about the chakras.
yeah,
Mhm. What made you think it was chakras? How did you theorize that?
the way how the symbols look like and the colors.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
They
color
look-
Yeah.
how they were oriented specifically on the parts of the body.
That was
Yeah.
Protocalista. She actually got that sign.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I tried to have different themes with every single campaign. So, Harry Potter, I was Zodiac. Dragon Age Season 2 was the elements. And so I was trying to think what else would be a really cool theme to work with. And then I saw the image that I showed you that popped up on the screen during the trailer with the dragon. Like, I just saw that image. I'm like, that seems cool. And then I'm like, oh, chakras. Huh, that's interesting. And I just did some exploration. I'm like, okay, I think I could probably play with this and come up with a interesting, like, system. Like, it's not like quite a class system, but it's sort of like
Yeah.
a class system.
It's like essentially you took the Skyrim idea, mix it with like some
Yes.
chakra ideas, and just combine them together.
Part Skyrim, part Spider-Man, Peter Parker getting bit by the radioactive spider.
Yeah.
Yo.
So my theory is that those little dragonflies were like actually dragons, or maybe the big dragons were the little dragons, but they like transformed for some reason when we got all bit.
Maybe got their soul.
Released off the old god, because that seems pretty in parallel with everything else happening.
That's a point.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly on the timeline when the season 2 crew went down into the deep roads.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Also-
it was modern day, so it was within the year.
Yeah, we know that it's within the year. We just don't know if it's before or after us or etc.
Yeah.
Also, they're dragonflies. Haha.
But here's the
Okay.
thing, Ben. Like,
Yeah.
they were biting us all over the place in the timeline. Like, I was bit 1,200 years ago.
Mhm.
So, huh.
What if there's others? What if it's like a thing released by like per old god awaken? Because you would have been awake for the first one, and that was relatively close.
Mm.
But how would it?
But there's only 5. That
Yeah.
all 5 have already been awoken as archdemons.
I don't think it's death. It could be just. There has to be like some sort of like maybe our bloodline or something like that has to be,
I thought
unless it's a random choice.
maybe we're like avatars of when the archdemons die, and it's kind of like, hooray, we're not tainted anymore. Let's go find a person. Do. Like,
Well, wait,
I like that.
That doesn't make sense because I was alive before Dumont. Or no, it wasn't Dumont. Was Dumont the first archdemon?
Dumont was the first.
I was alive before Dumont died. And I was bit before
Time?
Dumont.
Time shenanigans.
Timey-wimey.
Wait. We don't know where the 7th old god is. What if that one died for some reason?
Mm.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird because three people got bit in the carnival area, while 2 were bit before. So it contradicts that. So it has to be something else, probably.
Do they have to be connected to the old gods? Could
I
it
don't
be
know.
like
No, it doesn't have to be.
something else?
Well, we're just assuming it's the old gods right now.
Yeah, we're assuming. We need more concrete evidence, but at the moment, I doubt it's the great old gods because we all were split into times that didn't fit that.
My thought is that there are 7 chakra points and there are 7 old gods.
True.
5 are dead and we have 5 heroes. I'm like, the maths lines
Yeah,
up.
the math. Yeah.
Rosie, we don't know. There's 2 more, and that's Gatlock and Ionic.
Ooh.
Unless you get to choose who we want to pick for our 2 avatars.
But because the singing for the old god, like the singing for the blight, and now singing for the dragons, probably the old god didn't corrupt, but he just or something's wrong with him.
Yeah, how familiar was the singing to Daretham? Like, did it sound like it was before the big explosion back in the day? Was it the archdemon singing? Like, what?
It wasn't. So first of all, it was not ancient Tavine, because you would have been able to recognize that.
No, like the singing that happened before big green explosion that I
the singing out. That happened before was the calling. That is the archdemon singing, or whatever that equivalent is.
Okay, that's
but that is different from what the singing you've been hearing. It is different.
Okay, how similar is it?
I think that when you rolled, you couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell. Okay.
So I can't answer that since your character never learned that.
This
Interesting. Still no old god, but dragons. Dragons are good.
Yeah.
So we're going to aid in the extinction of a load of dragons. Yay!
Hooray!
We're gonna be Pentecosts 2.0.
We're the Dragon Slayers.
Wait, the dragons went extinct for a while. What if it was because like these chakra hunters were going after the dragons, but then they came back, so now they need new chakra hunters to go after the dragons?
I mean, you have the problem of like no one ever saw like ancient people in the Pentecost line that made like sports out of killing dragons, just start like breathing fire, like doing other stuff.
It's simple, but like
So first came the Dragon Age, then came the suspicious lack of dragons, and then now more dragons.
More dragons. Yeah. We are literally in the Dragon Age, unless it's been named, but it's not named the New Age. That's the Vine has decided on that. So.
Well, it's not New Age until like 50 more years or something like that.
Yeah, it is 50 more years till the next age. So we're still in Dragon. I mean, we're still in the Dragon, and the Hark did say he wanted to bring more dragons, and he did. Just now inside people.
Got 5 dragons, plus 10 technically if you count dragonflies.
How powerful must you feel to be able to name the age in like 50 years? Like the guy who's like, ha ha ha! I get to name it after whatever I want now.
Yeah, it's literally that. I think it's literally that. They just name like the appropriate time. The reason it was called Dragon was because before, in the Age of the Divine, the Blessed, it's 8th Age, a dragon came and attacked like most of Ferelden, and that's why they call it the Dragon Age, was because of that reason. So
what were the other ages names?
Hang on.
Blessed, Steel, Tower, Dark. Couple of more that I'm forgetting. Divine.
So there was first Divine, then it was Glory, then it was Tower, then it was Black, then it was Exalted, then it was Steel, then Storm, then Blessed, and then Dragon.
9. There were 9 ages. Each age is given a name to essentially tell what is going to happen in the next upcoming age. That's the reason Dragon Age was called, was because of what's been going on.
So all of them were in order, essentially: Ancient Age, Divine, Glory, Towers, Exalted, Steel, and Storm, Blessed, and Dragon.
Yeah, each age had their like appropriate title. Like the Exalted Age, for example, was all about the exalted marches that was going on. The Blessed was just, I think it was called Blessed because of the Maker, stuff like that. Something like that, I think it was. And there's a couple more.
Sam, what was your tinfoil hat theory?
Oh, this is caused because of the archdemon. These specific dragons are. because and then he's using singing to control them. But we've hacked into their frequency. We're semi-dragons.
We are
Hacked into the Geth network.
Guys, we have the cipher. We are the cipher.
We are the
cipher.
dragon blood. We are the dragon blooded. But let's actually go a bit before, because we also had a pretty cool like role playing moments we had.
That was
I really love role play.
Yeah, there was a good 3 to 4 hour role plays we had with our
First off,
NPCs.
pasta and cookies is all I ever wanted from Kunarian cookies.
Yeah.
Now, Calista, you must bake us cookies.
I mean, I could. I make a pretty damn good apple pie cheesecake.
Oh man. The
So
only
that
problem-
in-person session
everybody,
that Callista's going to come
We're gonna
to.
take Calista across the pond.
Yes. We can all bake. I'll bake the herring pie.
Yep.
Brody's excited for the herring pie, right?
I'm not gonna cook myself. I can do stuff. Oh, and by the way, Sam, could you stop making us die from laughter continuously? This is the third time in a row.
I had to mute myself 3-4 times.
Yeah.
That's the point of my character, the comedy relief and then edge.
Thank you, Leon. Yeah, thank you, Leon, for sending me and Taya having to go crazy with there's a demon around the carnival and me going, no, can't be a demon.
So bad for those two.
Yeah.
Constipation
100%.
demon.
Fine.
Constipation demon.
They're gonna be told to mow someone's lawn.
Better than the plague demon.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure though?
I don't know. He might be on a higher tier than the plague demon. That might be the campaign 4 boss.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
Full circle because you had a demon at the end of season 1.
I'm expecting I would really want someone just to see what would happen to fan art of just Tyrion in purple, just to see how bad he is.
Purple.
Also, love Rosie's subtle little, not so subtle addition there.
Yeah. Tyrion rolled real well for his first 2 apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was he was just gonna stab all 3 of us.
Yeah, I was so expecting fumble.
But but hey, Tyrion is a practiced man with light blades, as you guys could see.
Oh yeah.
Just not blindfolded.
Yeah, I mean, he was fine. It was actually a pretty good attack roll. It's just, it's kind of hard to attack someone, trying to hit the apple or blindfolded. So, I'm just.
Did Theo's daughter just run off? That's interesting that she's there by herself.
Yeah, what's up with Rosie?
Yeah, well, ask her.
Yeah, what is going on with Rosie? That's a good question.
Let's play the game. What's up with Rosie?
Plot twist: she's head of the Daretham manhunt. And
well, then I'm already dead. I've already said my name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
she would know. She would know of your name.
Would she?
Yeah, because
she would. Oh shit!
So, I mean, you didn't know, but yeah, you're essentially the only dude. Fuck.
Extremely calm about your voice. She's heard a lot of it before.
Oh fuck!
GG.
Well, I'm dead.
Much more subtle than Russo was about it.
Well, they can't kill you now.
I so love when you said, "What the fuck is wrong with your voice?"
Oh yeah. Oh god. That actually was in my sheet of faults. Is that I'm blunt without realizing it?
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but what about your son after the incident with the dragon?
I wanted to go find him, and everyone was like, "You will hear the singing."
Feeling we're going to have to deal with some aftermath, and then maybe
there were some dragons. Yeah, that was fun.
I wonder how much Dragonhide goes for now that they're extinct. So.
I mean, even if it's Dragonling.
That'll be our whole thing. Is I'll put you a patent on Dragon Sale.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
I'll ask Narka if she could sell us, if she could like pay us for like, these dragon hides. So get these dragon hides.
That might take us to Grandpa Malcolm right there because no one's seen the material.
If we mention it to Rosie, about any, business dealings, she'd probably, spark up.
Yeah.
So question to Pasha: has her like sugar level just increased so much now that she's like now eating dessert for the first time?
I imagine she's going to crash hard at some point.
It's gonna like coincide exactly when we finish hearing the singing. So
At the end of the campaign, Pasha will have gotten diabetes.
Wilfred Brimley shows up and then diabetes.
Diabetes. She's got the sugar.
And you see, we're gonna have to go over to the Harry Potter world just so we can get the proper treatment.
So, do any of you have a cure of diabetes by any chance? Someone with too much sugar in them?
By this point, Pasha is stuck in a chair. She can't walk because she's gotten so obese.
I remember the days when I was the might of the dragon.
So what's worse, her just spouting crap about the Qun, or her being obese?
I'm a little worried about my ability. Like, I'll activate it without even saying it, so I'm just like talking that just sonic boom something.
It coincides with like a voice crack, so it goes da-da-da.
Qun. She goes Qun like that. Oh, poor Pasha.
I'm just like very excited. I'm also we meshed pretty well together, both players and characters overall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was fun. To just roleplay with each other.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't do like the introduce, like describe yourself that everyone else has, but I guess we were just so in the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we know what we look like.
Well, naturally. It just
Also, pictures help with the Emerald 20.
Yeah.
The art really, really does help.
I really want to see just like the combination we have, because a lot of people have like different also stories, because as much as you have Derrickman possible with Tyrion because they're both Tevinter, Pasha.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff because Pasha knows that Derrickman and Tyrion are Tevinter. They know they're each other Tevinter, and they probably recognize the slave posture, so they both know they're slaves. And then we obviously got Rousseau with Daretham and Rousseau with Pasha, and Leon and Tyrion, and then Leon and Daretham, and Jesus Christ, Hark.
And Pasha and Rousseau because Qun.
Yep.
Qun. Yeah.
Like Pasha has some hook with everyone but Leon. No, everyone because Leon's a mage. And then I have a hook with I have a hook with 3 and technically 4 because Darkspawn and Mage and Qun. And then we all got hooks with everybody else.
Yeah. And then thematically we're all pretty similar with certain things we share. Like lots of families, a pretty big one across the whole board.
Yeah.
My whole family, Tyrion is abandoned, and Rousseau is mother and father.
Lots of
and
dead
Leon
parents.
Is parents, and Pasha is child. So
child.
Lots of parent issues. Yes.
Yeah. We're connected by parents' problems. We're gonna have a feast called the loss of parents. We're just gonna to them.
Oh no.
So the nice thing is, next session you will have a good amount of downtime to role play with each other more, because you will basically. I don't want to give away too much, but there will be plenty of time for you guys to role play next time, and to continue interacting with each other and the NPCs too.
Yeah.
So.
It's the beautiful thing about this game, man, is you just put so many NPCs and characters that we now have a lot of roleplay opportunities to go at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big. And I would say congrats to you, Hark, for playing all these NPCs at once.
Oh yeah.
I try to give you a good number of interesting NPCs for you to interact with, and really their importance is just based on who you actually do interact with. So the more you talk to them, the more they probably will become a more integral part of the story. So you can decide for yourselves who becomes
Mai and Tai, guys, they're the most important characters.
I feel like we owe it to them after
They're fun.
the torment that Leon put them through.
Leon did no such thing. There is no proof.
Mow people's lawns till the end of existence.
Oh
no! Someone's gonna pour prune juice on you. That's for sure.
Oh my god! Imagine if like we're going through this whole campaign, like what the hell is mowing a lawn? And then we go over to Harry Potter, and they're like, "Oh, you're talking about mowing lawns? What?
Yeah.
I thought those were made up words."
Yeah. It's. I like that Leon just played that whole
We
scene out.
wrote that in the fan fiction when he ran out of stuff. Something scary. It was just like mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn. Yeah.
I'm curious about that dancer who was just there, just winking at Terrence.
Oh, the belly dancer. Oh yes.
Like a whole joke started. Now Terrence gets. And the funny part about it is, like, in the one-shot reunion, we got like a lot of mentions about the love, especially with like Hugh and stuff like that. And now like Terrence, like, now I'm getting the first taste of it. He's like, and he's getting joked for it.
You don't romance others. Others romance you aggressively.
Somehow.
The whole campaign just gonna be Tyrion being awkward 24/7.
Hey, at least I gone out and actually did throwing knives and aced it. Except for the last part, of course. That was got some help, which thank you to Rosie, but Tyrion won't know that.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Pasha maybe especially might be reacting to Nathan's weapons of choice. Those boomstick contraption thingies.
Boomstick.
Yes, very interesting.
Is that an innovation? Is that like a Ferelden innovation? Because I don't think that the Kunari have small arms.
They have cannons, I think, but they don't have miniature versions of
probably
cannons.
Probably because of Cogs. Cogs probably invented that.
Yeah. Well, no, Cogs has that whole thing where morally he won't invent stuff if he thinks it's the wrong thing to do. Now, if they have Cersei in the background, then yeah.
You might want to talk to him about that and see what the deal is, where those come from. And then, of course, Rosie. Out of character, a lot of you knows about Rosie's backstory, but your characters don't.
Right.
So that'll be interesting, I think.
Also, I'm now very, very, very worried because I have a feeling Rosie knows exactly who I am.
Maybe. It's a chance. There's a chance she might.
I mean, she was there, just like everyone said, she was there when Theopen talked to Razakale and heard Daretham.
Yeah.
So,
and
my name is Daretham, and I'm wrapped up like a mummy. Like,
also, she sort of just hung around you, even though you weren't very.
She just randomly came up to you, so
she knows exactly who I am. Fuck.
But Daretham doesn't know, and Daretham is walking right into her trap.
Yep, I don't know.
Thank you so much for using my burn victim joke. I've been dumping on everyone over the last couple.
I mean, it's effective.
It's a logical choice, and it explains why you don't want to touch anyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So should we also mention that, like, about how like our like characters in terms of like how we met each other was actually different than what we expected?
Oh yeah, that had nowhere in line where we talked about like how we'd organically meet.
Definitely.
What did you talk about then? What did you say? What did you?
The idea was Tyrion would visit Russo and the pens to check on the pens, and then at some point, Leon would come over to check and just see the pens also, and then Pastra would go visit Daretham for whatever reason, maybe to see the contraption, and we will see how that would have joined together. Whether it was Pastra drawing Daretham to us, or we go there. So that was the idea.
It was very helpful for Pasha to like. Yeah, gather her ducks. Yes, as they say. That was very helpful.
We're all going this way. Come along.
It wasn't as far as what we thought, but still, it was like it definitely was changed because Pasha still went to Darrington. The difference was like essentially we had Russo would visit.
No, I really like that because we kind of had the same people that we had in Section 1 are our groups
Mhm.
were there,
Yes,
and then
that's
the two
true.
groups meshed together.
Mesh together. Yeah.
Still got the leaf. Still got the leaf.
Oh,
That was
it's
10 out
that
of
is
10.
so cute.
that was it.
I'm lucky I got plants nearby, and I just plucked a random leaf. One that was sizable enough to be on camera.
Hashtag Tion. I love it.
We make a good team. I mean, we make
I think Leon is skinny enough that he can rock the belly dancing.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just saying. I think he can rock the belly
No.
dancing.
Dexterous enough at all, no.
No, he's not dexterous. No.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, we did really well with the combat. We all sort of had a good sort of niche that we filled, and
Yeah.
it didn't really feel like we were stepping on anyone's toes. Yes, we had some overlap, but you always want some overlap in combat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely felt good with the mages mostly doing our support stuff. Like
Mhm.
I didn't really do much damage. It was just taking little pot shots and then mostly focusing on stay down, don't do anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then we had the rogue and the warriors doing most of the damage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Rosie just going boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Rosie just MVP that.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah, 100%.
having bad rolls, like 80% of that combat just gave her the window to just obliterate everything.
You guys need those weapon focuses. You just need them.
Take one now. Well,
Yeah,
one.
once you hit level 4. I will for people. I hope people understand that I've been giving out rules. I apologize for stamping down people for the rules.
No, it's good. It's important.
Yeah.
Helps us learn.
Yeah. And it's also up to Hark if he wants me to continue like saying, here's a rule, this is not how it is, this is not. So.
Yeah, no. I mean, I need somebody to do that because I admit that I still am not I don't remember most things from the rules, so I'm sort of leaning on you guys to remember for me because I'm too busy thinking about what is next in the story. What is the next character that I need to set up? So that would be helpful.
I mean, I'm also kind of doing rules stuff too.
Yeah. We're just doing our best. We're just doing our best not to like stamp it down because when I generally play games, I do my best not to have rules like get in the way of the game as much as they can. But in some generally when like we have a rule problem, we just say, all right, let's leave it to the end. We'll talk about it later. We generally do that sometimes. But if we're in this game because we have a lot of time, I think it's able. So yeah.
Mm.
I do have a question. Do you think that the cut content from the one shot, some of it may come up in these first 3 sessions?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Got you.
I think it will come a little bit later.
All right.
So,
Okay.
depending on where you go next. So, where do you guys think you're gonna go next? I'm just curious.
That's the question.
Well, I think Pasha has like the biggest driving factor and the will of personality to force the group in a direction.
To head to Orlais.
I mean, yeah, it's Orlais.
Okay.
We're going more like I don't want to put chains around everyone's necks and it's just dragging.
He's like, we're going to Orlais, everybody.
Unless instead she has to change her heart because she has like this old she now has magic and she has to ask like either me and Leon just like please sew my mouth like why?
Yeah. I feel like probably Orlais or Navarra feel like the places we'd be most likely to go.
Or if Rousseau's case really starts taking off, I could see him pulling us in that direction as well.
Because
Navarra is in the way. Is on the way there.
Yeah, I don't really see the 3 of us beyond our warriors having any particular place we need to go.
Yeah.
So probably either Navarra Orlais or Orlais Navarra, depending on order.
I'd say probably Navarra because also I don't know how much our characters would probably know. Probably the most intelligent, but Russo wouldn't probably know that since there's dragons and Navarra had dragon slayers, he might pull us in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
He might.
Good point.
Navarra is very well known for their dragon slayers.
Good point.
Okay.
Actually, we should probably go because the Pentacasts are very prominent. So yeah.
Yeah.
Even
I like that idea.
Successed.
So it's probably Navarra or Orlais. But also the question is how are we going to get to there? Are we going to take the airship that Nathan had? Are we going to go with the circus? That's a big question.
Also, how will Nathan react to like new guardians, or because he's interacted with the Pentavive guardian and seen them, just sort of run around and.
Her dad is a Pentavive.
Yeah. So they both have experience with like special someones, and so they're like, oh, so this is like another variety of guardian.
Yeah.
Also, how will Nathan feel? Like his dad is a guardian, and now just some random people that he's traveling with, just all of a sudden, like how does that make you feel? Like, oh, I guess I'm not special in any way, but everyone else around me is destined for greatness.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Maximilian and them were really guardians. Did they get anything like special ability wise?
No, but it was time traveling stuff.
Yeah, they were time travelers.
They were Ferelden hero. He was a Ferelden hero. He was one of the heroes.
They were the heroes of Ferelden, known for stopping the blight.
Yeah,
that was they're known.
They basically killed the Archdemon.
And because of that, they rose in power and became very important, prominent people in Thedas. So
yeah,
I still love when Max was just like, haha, fight me, Archdemon, and just like tanking the hits. That was so funny.
I wonder who will beat that now when we go up against like another like a big huge dragon equivalent to the Archdemon. Is it going to be like Pasha or Russo? Or both?
Yeah, I think you can probably bet if you do run into another dragon, it's probably going to be a little bigger.
Oh, no.
A little bigger than the ones you fought today.
These were like dragonlings. These were like small dragons essentially. That was we fought.
I feel like we're gonna end up killing like one big dragon per region. Then like the final one's like God Arc.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like something from a game. From a Dragon Age game. All these dragons in different regions.
I believe it starts with an I. It's a DAI maybe, or My Origins had a couple of fights on dragons.
I mean, you did name specifically Inquisition species, so.
Yeah, so the first 5 that you fought were the first 5 level-wise in Inquisition. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, I see. So I wonder how many dragons are they even awakened, like, because we haven't seen dragons in like years, at least like around the 932 for Archdemon, but still, it's been a while.
It's like we have a lot more answers, but also no answers.
Yeah.
So we're still just speculating.
Yep. It's very early. You're still session 3.
Yep.
So, but you've pretty much finished the epilogue or the prologue. Excuse me, the prologue.
The prologue.
The epilogue, them guys. Campaign's over. Good seeing it.
The title, the game title flashes on the screen.
Yeah.
Dragon Age Ascension. There we go.
Dragon Age.
It's just like the campaign's just like a text block, like just wall.
So now we partially know why Dragon Age is called Ascension rather than Evolution.
Yeah.
Because of we are ascended to dragons of sorts.
So continuing on with the whole chakra thing. So in real life, the way the chakras work is when you're born, you start with the bottommost chakra and you work your way up this chakra ladder until finally you reach the very top, which is
Chrome.
I think the right, and you essentially become enlightened, or you ascend into enlightenment. Ascend. So
I legit said that word for word. You ascend to enlightenment.
Yeah, we did say that, but we thought we might become into the Golden City. I don't know. Get close to the Maker.
But one thing I will point out that a big major difference to the Dragon Chakra in this universe is that they are not ranked in hierarchically. So what I'm trying to say is one is not above the other. They are all on equal footing and are equally important. So So just because whoever, I think Soul is Leon, it doesn't mean that Leon is the most closest to enlightenment. You're all in the same playing field. That's why in your handout, I have it horizontally.
Horizontally, yeah.
Because it's all the same level.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, it's and it's not like because Chakra usually like any person can unlock all the 7 gates, quote unquote.
Correct.
To it, we only have like essentially one focused gate.
Focused gate. Right.
So what you're saying is, I could focus in and open someone else's gate, and then steal their equip.
It just turns into PvP to find out who is the ultimate dragon avatar.
Wait. What if the other 2 chakras are bad guys?
Yeah, I like that idea. And then you have to steal their chakra.
I had a theory where it could happen like maybe we're somehow linked to the chakras, so maybe at some point as we level up and get better in our chakras, maybe there might be some linked stuff that could happen.
What if it's like Solas and Gryphius just to fuck us over?
So one is particularly just a evil darkspawn, original darkspawn, and the other is just a god. So.
Or Hark could have gotten really into Persona games and turned this into like a Persona game. So we have the 7 folk that you have to quote unquote build relation and date, and then
you have to build the social link to 10.
Yeah, and then after you build it to 10, you get the penultimate move, and yeah.
We got a combo of the Pent of Eve to do it.
Combo of the dragon avatars.
Just magically, when you talk, a tarot card appears.
The fool.